What's going on, everybody, man? Mike Ratliff, man. Over here, this video right here is different than anything I'll probably ever do again. Takes a lot. It's taking a lot of nerve to sit here and make this video for y'all, but I have deep feelings and reasons why I feel like I have to do this. I have to be able to relate to the unrelatable, to the people out there that feel like they can't be related to, like they've been through something that everybody else hasn't been through. I have to be able to relate to those people because I know that I can. So in order for me to relate to them people, you have to know me. So please forgive me, anybody that hears this and thinks to themselves, wow, you serious right now? Look, let me start this by telling you my reason for wanting to do this video. Like I said, I got to be able to relate to the relatable. The ones who feel like they're alone. You know what I'm saying? I know what alone feels like. Some of y'all know, some of y'all don't. I've done 11.5 years locked up in concrete and razor wire. My first, and I'll always refer to it as my first institution, was a group home. Then I went to juveniles, jails, boot camps, jails, prisons, close security camps, man, low fives. And this is also for the people that that fail. They feel like they're a failure. They feel like they're a failure, like they'll never be able to be anybody good. They'll never be able to be normal. This is like I understand way too well what it feels like to fail. I have been locked up and incarcerated at least 30 times. At least. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been locked up, man. You know what I'm saying? And every time I've gotten out, except for maybe 1 or 2 times, I said, I'm going to do right. I'm going to do good this time, man. I'm going to get it this time. I'm going to hit the ground running. And I mess up, man. And I mess up. And I had to deal with that. When I'd go back in there, in that jail, and I had to sit there knowing Mike Ratliff is back again. Here we go again. Dude, here we go again. I had to deal with that pain. I want to speak for the people that think they don't have the options or the opportunities that they need to do better with their life. Like family. My family doesn't have money. Never has. They can't afford to support me. So, and I've never had the vehicles. I've never had a license a lot of times. You know what I'm saying? All I had was my 2 feet and the closest thing next to me. See if I can get a job. The best job I can get. And a bunch of habits. A bunch of demons that would keep me from keeping that. I know what it's like to feel like you have a calling on your life. Like there's more out there in this world than what you got. There's got to be more. You know what I'm saying? This can't be all. I know what it's like to feel like that, man. I felt it my entire life. I know what it's like to crave money, crave success, crave the feeling of just being normal, just being happy, man. You know what I'm saying? I know what it's like to be somebody that feels like they ain't nothing, just this mundane, regular life, and you're never going to be nothing, but you feel like there's got to be more, dude. There's got to be something. This ain't it, dude. This ain't it. About a year ago, I was sitting at a place in my life where I drank a lot. I've always been a people person, a social person, because in crowds is where I felt content. I grew up in institutions, man. I felt content in crowds. I felt better in crowds. I felt at home in crowds of people. You know, I felt wanted, needed, purpose in crowds of people. But I found them in the wrong crowds, dude. I found them in the wrong crowds, and I didn't need crowds. I just had to need me. I just had to need me and refuse to give me up. But a year ago, I almost gave myself up, man. Me and Haley was drinking heavy and got to arguing about something, and I don't, for the life of me, can't tell you what it was. We was arguing, and dude, I was done. I felt like I was at the point where I just felt like nothing's ever gonna go right for me. There's no sense in trying. I'm done. I can't do it. Blah, blah, blah. I can't. This life is just, I'm destined to be miserable and have nothing. I'm destined to have that. And I cut my arm so bad, dude. I cut myself wide open, man. I cut myself right here. You can't really see it because of my tattoos, man, but I cut myself so deep. I scared myself so bad. Once I, as soon as it happened, right afterwards, perfect clarity came over me, and I got scareder than I've ever been. That's not a word, but I got scareder than I've ever been in my life. I really thought I was going to die. I cried the whole way to the hospital and prayed, God, please don't let me die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Please don't let me die. I don't want to die. 7 months ago, Haley had gotten tired of my drinking and the fights, and she told me she was going to leave me, and she followed through with it, I thought, and I thought I lost it. Again, I was at that point where there was nothing. Dude, I took an extension cord and I tied a noose 7 months ago. 7 short months ago, dude. I tied a noose, hung it at my great-grandmother's house that I was renting out. She's not there anymore. She passed a long time ago. But I hung this extension cord up, and I sat there outside, and I was writing letters to everybody I cared about, including my kids. How selfish is that? You sit here and write your kid a letter saying you're sorry. You just couldn't handle it. I couldn't do it. She pulled up. Look, you got to handle it. It wasn't a month after that I quit drinking. And that's the best thing I ever did in my life. Because I was that last thing that was interrupting my process of trying to figure out what I have to do to better me. I couldn't evaluate me when I was intoxicating me. I couldn't evaluate myself. I couldn't see myself through eyes that I couldn't see out of. When I'm spending all my time trying to figure out where the next party is, where the next, hangout spot's at, man, when I'm too busy trying to figure out who to turn up with, I can't see myself. Therefore, I'm not going to progress myself. I'm not going to be able to progress myself. And I'm speaking for me, man. And the people out here that has seen my life. There's a lot of people out here. It's ungodly how many people have sat here and romanced the idea of killing themselves, but will never admit it. And that's the people I'm talking to, man. Don't you ever think that's the way. There's things that you have to cut out of your life before you can do it. And this is my main point to this conversation. Sometimes we kill our potential in life. We don't just kill ourselves. Sometimes we kill our potential with these things. And when Jesus Christ has put a calling, when you have took it in your soul to believe. I'm not talking about these people out here that say, I'm blessed, or, pray for me, or, this, that, and the third. I'm talking about when they have had the kind of relationship I have had with God, my Creator, when they believe and have accepted what they've seen as truth. I have seen things in my life I know there's a Creator. I don't care about no science. I don't care about nothing, dude. I know. I can look at the birds and the bees and the ants and the trees and the rocks and the leaves and in this room. I can see life everywhere, man. It's all God, man. I don't care what nobody says about it because I've seen Him. He showed Himself to me. I've seen footprints all through my life, man. I've seen footprints all through my life. When you have had that kind of relationship with God, when you've had that kind of relationship with God, there is no running. You can't hide. There's no hiding. You can't hide. It's not going to happen. He's coming for you, and He's not going to give up. Your life is predestined from birth. You're either going to be this or you're not. There's nothing you can do to change the bigger picture. The greater plan. You can't change it. Look, I'm going to end you with this, man. Hard times are like those weights that are back there. When you work out, you work your muscles out, man. What you're doing when you work out, you're ripping that muscle. You're tormenting that muscle. You're tearing that muscle up. You're putting all that strain on that muscle and it's tearing it apart, man. And then healing comes and it comes back stronger. And every time you hit, you're ripping it. And healing comes and it comes back stronger. Think about it now. Every time you go through something, if you look at it the right way, if you process your situations in life the right way, you come back stronger if you want to. Life is like working out, man. I don't know, man. I just know that we can't give up, and we have got to start looking at our lives. Cut your grass. Cut your grass, man. There's snakes all in your grass. Cut it so you can see the snakes and get them out your yard. And you can hold on to the flowers that you have. If you're in a situation where you just don't see a way out, make one, please, man. Please make one. Share the message, man. That's what it's meant to do. Bleed it out, man. We are the vessels of the world. Your blood vessels give you blood through your body, which produces life. We are the ones giving the blood to the world, man. We are the vessels. Be a vessel, man. Bleed out, man. Give that blood away, man. Bleed it out, ENT, man. Thank y'all for listening, man. And share.